everyone, welcome back to the part 2 of 3-part mini-series videos presented to you by yours truly, Alexei Kaplan CPA from A. Kaplan CPA PC, where your financial freedom matters. This part will cover and address the second most concerning topic presented to me by my clients is the increased number of audits or examinations by the Internal Revenue Service. So, what are audits or examinations? Some of you might have received a letter requesting you to substantiate some of the deductions claimed on your tax returns. And essentially they call it examination of your tax return, and you have to present all of the supportive documentation of how you came up and arrived at that particular number that was reported on your either corporate tax return or individual tax return to claim a certain deduction or to report a certain amount of income. And that process in itself could be very, very concerning. You lose sleep over this. It's not a pleasant experience for average person that has never dealt with any type of government agency, especially been audited by them, because you don't know what to expect. Number one recommendation is never, I repeat the third time, never try to represent yourself before the IRS. Why? Because you don't know how they operate, and any information provided by you to them could be used against you and make your audit case much weaker, and you may substantially lose a lot more money than if you were to hire somebody professional who specializes in taxpayer representation. Okay, now you may be asking yourself, why is there such a huge increase in number of audits? Under the proposed Biden tax plan, IRS will be getting $80 billion in additional funding to essentially hire more staff, to replace the archaic technology that they have, and this funding will be given to them over the next 10 years. Now, the reason why it's proposed to be done is because Congress believes that the IRS could essentially collect over $700 billion over the next 10 years by having the improved technology, by having a lot more staff to do the audits. And as a result, they will be geared towards the small business owners and individual taxpayers that have a little bit more money than the lower income taxpayers, or in other words, the middle class. So if you own a small business and you happen to make somewhat of a decent living by supporting your family, by working really hard, you're going to be the target by the IRS for potential audit. They will have the resources to go after you. They will have the resources to simply increase the random checks or random audits to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. That's unfair, you may think, but that's what's being proposed currently by Congress. It's a part of the Biden proposals, and most likely this part of the proposal will pass. Over the past 10 years, IRS has lost over almost 34,000 employees, and as a result, the collections were not as aggressive as they will be in the years to come. They lacked the resources, they lacked the technology, and now all of this will be fixed, quote unquote, at the expense of the taxpayers. So one of the things you can do is, once again, if you get a letter from the IRS saying that you are being audited or your return has been placed under the examination, do not panic. You read the letter, and then you contact somebody reputable that understands and specializes in taxpayer representation before the IRS. Well, guess what? My firm does exactly that. If you, for whatever reason, got audited by the IRS or any state agency, feel free to give us a call, 718-577-2582, and we'll be more than happy to review your individual situation and see how we can help you going forward.